Hi there. Starting this channel live with Sadie's because I want to begin a dialogue just just speak about some of the experiences I've had in my life. So I'll start off by saying that I'm not a good person. I've done a lot of bad things in my life. However, I'm trying to be a better person. Most of those bad things were in my early 20s, my teens. But yeah, just trying to start and just kind of document because I don't see people talking about the things that I find important. So anyway, I grew up in I grew up in the South in Florida, in a very racist blackout town by the name of Pinellas Park. Now, it used to be a blackout town back in the day, which for those who don't know what that is, that means that blacks were not allowed out at night, or you can Google it, but it's not nice to blacks. So, and basically, I don't really think anyone thinks that racism has gone away. It's just kind of changed. And anyway, so I grew up in a community called Lake Forest Condominiums, and it is right off of 94th Ave and 66th Street in Pinellas Park. The zip code is 33782, the Lake Forest Condominiums, and just a very incredibly racist community. Even as a small child, like, I remember being 10 and having a grown adult yell in my face because I was sliding under a fence or hopping over a fence, but like, regardless, like, I was 10. And the funny thing is, I think the guy might have been like the head of the board at the time. His name's Rick. He's still affiliated with my parents' community, the Lake Forest Condominiums, zip code 33782. And yeah, he still lives in their community, and I think he was the head of the board, which ironically, their head of the board now, Hawaii, which I don't know if she's still the head, but people know she's a racist, and she was knowingly elected as the president of the board for the Lake Forest community. I'd say, I think that was maybe 2023, 2024. Wait, it was one of those 2 years. But just to show you that, like, racism is still well and alive in my parents' community. But yeah, just stuff like that. If anything happened, they would always blame the black family, which there weren't. I don't. It was us and maybe I can't think of another one, but I'm sure there was another one within the neighborhood because it's a big community. Anyway, and I also like to report on the racist Pinellas Park Police Department, because I've been getting harassed by them. As I said, I'm a bad person. Oh, and I need to say this also: not all police officers are bad people. But there's always bad apples. Some of the kids I grew up with, actually, their parents actually worked in the Pinellas Park Police Department or still do. So I know there are good police out there. I've met good police frequently, like even in the Pinellas Park Police Department. However, someone very high up within their department that I assume has been there for a while is clearly very racist. And yeah, and I've just been getting harassed by them for a while. I'm going to go into more extent on it further, but like when I was 15, went to Pinellas Park High, which you could maybe guess, there's a bit of racism there. And when I was getting in trouble one day, I threw a lock. Basically, I was sharing a locker with my girlfriend, and I broke up with her, and I wanted her to get her stuff out of my lock. So I had the lock in my pocket. So I got frustrated between classes, and I tossed it at the wall underhand. I threw it with some force, but I threw it underhand, and I didn't throw it at anyone. And just to show the racism of the racist Pinellas Park Police Department, the SRO, or the officer at the school, like I said, there were less than 10 people in the entire mall area, which is like an open area at Pinellas Park High. I'd say it's about 250 to 350 feet by 70 to 100 feet. So just 300 by 100, so very large area. And there were maybe 10 people within the entirety of it. But basically, he tried to charge me with a charge of throwing a deadly missile in a dwelling area, which means throwing something that could kill someone in an area where people could be. Not that people were there. So, yeah, and then he arrested me and tried to, walk me out in front of everyone and embarrass me, because that's what people of his height do that are racist. Oh, and he's still the SRO there, which I hear my mother, who still teaches at the school, told me that a student got tased. A black student got tased there within the past few years. And it was just funny because I was like, oh, Officer Behard. Yeah, the racist. Oh, he tased a black guy? Big surprise. So, yeah, just, some of the values. Um, Anyway, so as I said, I was arrested. I was taken down to the, we call it P-Jack, but it's like the child jail. I was checked in, and I remember the person that was doing my thumbprints and stuff. He was laughing and said he really charged you with that. The charges were dropped, I think, almost immediately. Like, I didn't get charged with anything. They were dropped, like, within 24 hours. I'm sure they have record of this, so please feel free to reach out to Pinellas Park Police Department. Don't do it if you're of color. But anyway, the charges were dropped, and as an adult, reflecting, because I was 15 years old at the time, um, all he was trying to do is disqualify me and basically put it on my permanent record to give me a felony. Oh, because that charge was a felony. He just wanted to get it on my record because that's what they do in this town, is they try to disqualify and ruin the lives of minorities within their own town. And like I said, my mother's a teacher at the school. Like, I'm 15 years old. Like, yeah, maybe I'm a jackass, but, like, I'm 15, dude. Like, you're going to try to give me a felony and ruin my life, like, that is going to get dropped. So, yeah, just kind of an intro